What's up, guys? Saint Loretto, Evan Crowley, whatever you want to say. Call me. Today we're breaking down the song Manchester 1984. Manchester 1984 from my debut EP, Depths, that I put out back in 2017 on Halberd Records. We're talking production, we're talking kind of a little bit about what the songs are about. If you guys have questions, hit me up in the comments. I'd love to chat more about what your thoughts are on the music. And we're kind of working our way up to, I've got a record coming out in May called Blooming. That's my second LP, so stay tuned. Stick around for that, or do whatever you will. This song's called Manchester 1984. So this song was sort of one of the first times that I felt like I had written a good song, and it feels weird to say good because I have some issues with my own talents and feeling like they, it's a thing. Don't particularly feel like I'm a great songwriter, but this one felt like the best that I had written, I suppose. But after writing it was kind of funny because I had felt like it was kind of like the best song I had ever written. I was like, what if this is the last time I write a good song? So there became kind of this like tremendous pressure that I put on myself after writing this to get to writing better songs. And it's cool. It's a song that a lot of people have kind of like really resonated with, and probably been one of our more popular songs, like especially live. People tend to love to hear it. So the lyrics are pretty obvious if you listen through. It's like, you know, not appreciating somebody or something, well, really somebody, until it's gone, and sort of like grass is always greener on the other side. And for me, it was just sort of this idealized version of something that's sort of so far away you can't really even understand it so far away. It's like Manchester for me, which was like it's like a place that a lot of my favorite music came from, and so it's just sort of like this like side-by-side comparison. Brief these moments that pass us by, we don't cherish them, we just live our lives. Self-explanatory. It's just sort of like we kind of go on every day without thinking about things until they're gone. But back to the Manchester thing, was like a lot of the early new wave music, all the factory record stuff was like a big influence on a lot of the music that I was into. And it was like my boss at Arts Council Oklahoma City. I was working at the time as like a program assistant. But my boss, Angela Hodgkinson, introduced me to this mockumentary called 24-Hour Party People, that sort of talks about like factory records, and I just sort of like fell in love with a lot of the bands from that era. It's like Happy Mondays and Joy Division and New Order and Susie Sue, like Buzzcocks, early punk rock music. I had already been kind of listening to some of that stuff, but it just kind of gave me like a totally different appreciation for it. The music video, which we can't see, but during this part in the song, we had kind of decided it was like Rachel and I, the director for this music video, we decided we were gonna blow a bunch of fabric flowers over the band for this like epic breakdown in the song. And so I'd ordered like 1,000 fabric flowers and crafted this crazy leaf blower sort of contraption with a cardboard box that I had just sort of taped up all over, and I was standing haphazardly on this chair just sort of like blowing flowers all over the band during this part of the song. Tell me what you think about flowers blooming in a foreign garden. Chances are you've already lost them. I guess kind of like the last little bit of this is from that 24-Hour Party People movie, but It's like a really interesting Boethius quote in there that I kind of talked about during the release of that record, but it was like, rise up on my spokes if you like. Oh, inconsistency is the very essence, says the wheel. Rise up on my spokes if you like, but don't complain when you're cast back down into the depths. Good times pass away, but so do the bad. Mutability is our tragedy, but it's also our hope. The worst of times, like the best, they're always passing away. Essentially, that might not be exactly it, but it really resonated with me. It's like life has its ups and downs, and there's beauty in both. And even though I was going through like a really, really hard time in my life, I knew that it sort of like works like a sound wave or something, or a wheel, or, I mean, there's many analogies, but I think I knew that if I could just make it through that time, that things would probably turn back around, and I'm really glad that I stuck it out. Anyway, that's Manchester 1984. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Stick around, I'm going to be doing some more of these, so check back for Better Days will be the next one from Depths. So thanks.